October 6 marks the opening of a new Supreme Court term. From tariffs to presidential firings, immigration, and federal spending, this term is shaping up to be monumental because it will be packed with major questions about the limits of executive power. I'm Alex Sawyer, legal affairs reporter for the Washington Times, and here are some of the cases that will be decided during what some court watchers are calling the Supreme Court's, quote, Trump term. The first major test comes on November 5th when the court takes up a case challenging Trump's wide-ranging tariffs. The president says he's acting under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, which gives him authority to impose customs and duties. President Trump says that includes tariffs, but lower courts have questioned his claim, and critics say it is up to Congress to impose tariffs. Next is the question of the president's ability to fire anyone he doesn't see fit from independent agencies. A scheduled oral argument in January will test whether his attempt to fire a member of the Federal Reserve Board for cause was valid. We're talking about Lisa Cook, who the president has claimed committed mortgage fraud. She has denied the allegation. Another similar case could overturn a 90-year-old precedent that limits the president's ability to fire someone from independent agencies. This could grant President Trump a broad ability to fire members of various departments who disagree with his policies. Recently, Trump asked the court to overturn a ruling blocking his attempt to limit birthright citizenship for babies born to illegal immigrants and a series of federal spending cases. Meanwhile, the first transgender case that the justices will weigh this term involves a Christian counselor challenging Colorado's rules forbidding so-called conversion therapy for transgender minors. She says it violates her free speech rights when counseling her clients. Additionally, the court will grapple with Idaho and West Virginia laws barring transgender athletes from competing outside of their biological sex in an attempt to protect girls' sports. The 2025 Supreme Court term will also hear a major voting rights case, which grew out of Louisiana's attempt to draw congressional maps. Its first map after the 2020 census only included one majority Black district out of 6. A federal court ruled that was not enough given the state's population, which is 34% Black. Voters in the state then challenged the current map, saying the legislature was too focused on race. And finally, the justices have another election-related case looming, which challenges campaign finance limits. Current law says political committees are constrained in how much they can directly coordinate with candidates' campaigns for office. The National Republican Senatorial Committee, however, says that violates the First Amendment. These are only some of the cases being heard by the Supreme Court this term. We will have decisions from the court by the end of June next year, which will let us know which issues from Trump's second term will actually stick. To follow all of the developments, you can go to WashingtonTimes.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.